I grew up in a small, quiet place tucked between hills and dense forests. You wouldn't find it on many maps. The kind of town where the mist clings to the streets even after sunrise, and at night, the trees loom like black skeletons against the sky. People there used to say the land remembered things, that it held on to whispers, footsteps, shadows. I never really believed that. Not until the summer I turned 13. My parents owned an old wooden house on the edge of the woods. From my bedroom window, you could see the treetops stretch for miles, like a dark sea. But what I couldn't see was what waited beneath them. It started one night in July. I remember waking up cold and restless and hearing 3 slow knocks on my window. I thought it was my dad messing with me. But when I peeked outside, there was nothing there. The next night, the same thing. 3 knocks, always at 2:33 a.m. I started telling my parents, but they said it was branches hitting the glass, that it was nothing. Still, the knocks never came when they stayed up late, only when I was alone. Then things got weirder. I'd wake up to find muddy prints under the window, or tiny rocks arranged in circles on the windowsill. Once, I even found a small bone, clean and white, resting right against the glass. I stopped sleeping. I started keeping the lights on. But no matter what I did, at exactly 2:33 a.m., when I left home at 18, I swore I'd never return. But last month, after my mom passed, I had no choice. I had to go back, had to clear out the house. Driving up the old road, it hit me how forgotten everything looked. Weeds overtaking the path. The house itself sagging, its shutters hanging loose like broken limbs. Inside, it smelled of old wood, damp earth, and something else, something faintly metallic. As I walked through each room, memories clawed their way back. I found my old drawings in a box under the stairs, sketches of a shadow with long arms standing outside my window. I didn't even remember drawing them. That first night back, I decided to sleep in my childhood room. Just to prove to myself, I wasn't that scared kid anymore. I locked the window, drew the curtains, tried to convince myself the past was over. But as the clock crept toward 2, the house grew silent, too silent. The air turned heavy, cold. My phone glitched, flashing random notifications I didn't open. The shadows in the corners seemed to stretch, closer. And then, right as the clock hit 2:33 a.m., I froze. My blood felt like ice in my veins. The knocks weren't coming from outside the window. They were coming from inside the room. I turned slowly and saw nothing, but the air shimmered near the window, like heat rising from pavement. And then faintly, something pressed against the curtain from the other side. Something thin, with long fingers. I couldn't move, couldn't speak. Then the curtain shifted. I saw a handprint slide down the glass. The next morning, I found footprints in the dirt below the window. Bare feet, but too large and too deep. As I packed to leave, I noticed something I'd never seen before. Words scratched into the doorframe inside my room. They read, "It never left." I didn't finish packing. I left everything behind. I have never back since. But I swear some nights, in my apartment, hundreds of miles away, at 2:33 a.m., I still hear someone knocking.